Welcome to Ware Gaming Weekly, your source for video game news, hosted by the Ware Brothers, every Wednesday on YouTube.com and on podcast services. You can go to waregaming.com and you can find us on YouTube there and our Twitter at waregaming_, unfortunately. And you can also email us at weekly@waregaming.com. If you're interested in writing in to be on the show, we record every Tuesday evening and we post it on Wednesday morning. So if you're interested in writing in, please get it in between Wednesday and Tuesday, and we'll get you on the show if we can. So we're gonna go through the news, which we call the who, what, and where. So Josh, do you have news today?
We have some news spanning over the past week. I've got some interesting little tidbits for us to go over.
Okay.
Let's see. Neat little thing for Xbox players. We got the Xbox DVR, which is an iOS and Android app.
Okay.
Basically, this is from mspoweruser.com, written up by Lewis White. The Xbox One's ability to natively capture videos and screenshots is both impressive and convenient. Sharing those captures, now that's a different story. Blah, blah, blah. Xbox DVR is free on iOS and Android, and it's just basically an easier way to
show what you've done.
Share what you've recorded from your Xbox. I guess it syncs up with like a cloud saving. Features basic editing, and share them to your social sites.
Cool. That's actually exciting, because one of the most frustrating things I was having, I'm primarily a PS4 player, so when Spider-Man came out and I wanted to share all of my cool screenshots, I had to send them to you and then download my Messenger on my phone and then download them and then share them. It's like, why can't it just be, I mean, there is a share to Facebook option, but there's no curating when it comes to that, so I just had to go through all of them, unless I just have no idea what I'm doing, which is also possible. So if Xbox DVR, if that's is as fluid as it sounds like it's going to be, then I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Oh, Quantic Dream is teasing something for 2019, which is weird because Quantic Dream, developer of Heavy Rain back on the PS3 and Beyond Two Souls, just did Detroit Become Human that came out, what was it, May? June, something like that. Quantic Dream, the French developers behind Detroit Become Human, have started to tease news for 2019. Thank you for a fabulous year, 2018. We shall be back soon with some great news. Stay well and happy. Share your passion and love. Stay tuned. The Quantic Dream message reads. Again, this is from express.co.uk, written up by Gary Jones. This gives some basic information. Detroit Become Human sold over 2 million copies so far on PS4, and this was as of January 6th, so just a couple days ago.
Just a couple days ago. What do you think it could be?
I have no idea. David Cage never, the lead at Quantic Dream, never releases anything like that. He's slow and methodical, and he's got a vision. So I can't imagine it. Maybe it's Detroit DLC. I didn't play Detroit, so I don't know how the story ends.
And then how often does, between Heavy Rain, I played Beyond. I didn't play Detroit, but how often do they really release more?
Every 5 years.
Well, I just mean DLC.
Oh no!
How often do they just come out with something
They have never
like
done
that?
DLC.
And I think it's also weird that they'd come out with a new game just out the. I mean, not that they shouldn't or couldn't. It feels a little early for something like that. But maybe they're just
it's
trying to stay relevant.
It is a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but did Sony publish Detroit Become Human?
Yeah.
Because maybe they're bringing it elsewhere. I mean, 2 million units for them was they were very happy with it, but it's still kind of on the lower end,
right,
when you got 91.6 million units out in the wild.
Well, I mean, I guess Quantic Dream is still ostensibly a third-party studio that works first party, so it's possible that that they could branch out and start releasing on more platforms. Um,
Mhm.
but they haven't done that before
And
as
yeah.
recent memory, so I can't
It just
imagine.
seems too soon to be thinking about a new game unless he's got two different teams
Yeah.
working.
Well, you have all the news about them from last year. Some of the negative press that David Cage and the team have been getting. So,
Well, I don't think that's the exciting news. They're
well,
going to
no,
update you
no,
on
but I
this year.
think I think what it could lead into is, we have some sort of positive news with the release. It was overall well received. So maybe
Hmm.
staying relevant and being more positive will help, you know, weed some of that negative press.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. Let's see. I know we got another PlayStation article about. Well, I can't find the article anymore. There was a new DualShock 4
Oh.
patent, or
Hmm.
rather, just a DualShock patent. Sony, it was discovered Sony uh, patented a new design back in like October or November.
Well,
And the design was similar, but included like a touch screen where the touchpad on the controller would be, which I don't know.
I
I
don't
just
know how I
think
feel about that.
I'd rather just take the whole touchpad off and just give me like
But,
the DualShock 4
yeah.
without the pad and the light and all that stuff. But
What would you do with all that extra space? Nothing.
put a Vita mount.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe
The
maybe
best way
that's what it is.
the best way to control it. Now if it's like that and like you could just play video games on your controller and just
Mhm.
carry that around,
Yeah.
or just remote play from a controller.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if I'm in bed or whatever, I can just hit the controller and turn it on and just play
Yeah.
from there. Yeah, I'd be down
That'd
for
be cool.
that. But not if it's like a little postage stamp screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's got to be like a substantial
Now, do we know that if do you remember in the article if it said anything about if it was a PlayStation 4 controller?
It
Because
did
it
not
doesn't sound like it
say
would be.
here you go. Gary Jones again at express.uk. Let me see if it'll open. Yeah, PS4 news this week includes reports of Sony patenting, patenting,
Patenting. I don't know. I
uh,
can't speak English.
intriguing new controller designs as well as more exclusive content for the console.
Huh.
So the article at least leads into like PS4, but I don't know that the controllers were specifically DualShock 4 like point
Sure.
twos or anything.
Hmm.
New patent filed by Sony appears to show the company looking at changing their DualShock controller design. The patent features details of a controller boasting a touchscreen where the current touchpad can be found.
Hmm.
Um, it seems likely it would function like the Wii U and could perhaps include some kind of remote play functionality. So,
Okay.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I would guess it's for the PS5. If
Yeah.
anything, it could. They patent stuff all the time that never comes out. So
Yeah.
it could just be controller designs that they just go through and go through. So it might not turn into anything.
Sure. No.
But if I were to make a guess, we've never seen like a mid-console controller design like change, except in the PS1 era, where we went
Right.
from the original the original just controller to a DualShock.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that turns out. I don't know that we're going to see anything about it anytime soon. Well, at
no,
least maybe with more PS5 news or something
right.
like that.
If we hear something about the next generation, we might hear.
Hmm.
They might show it off, but
Yeah.
again, we're not going to hear about that for a while. Excuse me. Um, let's jump to Rami Ismail. This is from GameIndustry.biz, written by James Batchelor. Rami Ismail launches Game a Day Collection Meditations. It's a weird.
Game a day collection meditations.
That's what the headline says.
Okay.
It's called Meditations. The project centers around a free downloadable launcher for PC and Mac. through which users will be able to play through this curated collection, but they will only be able to access one game per day.
Huh.
Games by more than 350 developers have been included, ranging from minimalist puzzlers to titles exploring personal and sensitive topics. Um, they're no more than 5 minutes long to play.
Okay.
Ishmael says, "This is in part to support my personal belief that in some ways games are a global language of their own."
Okay.
So he personally, Ishmael, curated the indie games. And so basically the idea is you get just one short game a day you can play through. I was reading his Twitter, and basically after the game posts, so the idea is that you get one game for 365 days, and at the next year, one game a day, for 365 days, and then the next year it'll go back through the cycle. Or
okay.
I don't know if it'll like be the same day or
Yeah.
whatever, but like it won't repeat in the same year.
So you won't be able to access it again if you missed it on
Right.
that day.
But the actual developers, once their game is aired on Meditation, they can go and sell it
Anywhere else.
anywhere else. It's
Okay.
just after their Meditation day.
Did it say when it starts?
It's going right now.
Oh.
It's currently available. You
I'll
can
have to
check
check
on
that
the
out.
website. If I can find it. Meditations.games / no, just meditations.games should take you to it. And then
Okay.
I think it's only for Windows and PC, or PC and Mac,
Okay.
Linux, and like there's no mobile app or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's for all the PC nerds. But it seems neat.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it out yet.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
In other news, top Hearthstone developers are making a Marvel game.
A Marvel game.
A Marvel game.
Marvel.
This comes from Jason Schreier at Kotaku. Former Hearthstone director Ben Brody and a group of his colleagues left Blizzard last year. And although they haven't announced what they're making next, it is going to be something in the Marvel Universe. This comes after... I don't care about that. Second Dinner, though, is the name of the studio that these guys have created. And they've partnered with the Chinese company NetEase that will... with a $30 million investment.
Okay.
They're hiring new staff in Irvine, California, if you're interested.
So do you think it's going to be a Marvel card game?
I mean,
That'd be the easy route.
That's the easy answer, because I mean, Hearthstone was I played a lot of Hearthstone, but I actually spent like $50 on Hearthstone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just enjoyed it. The characters were awesome, and like they just all the little emotes they did. That wasn't good at all, so I stopped playing. It's hard to tell. They don't, like, the article doesn't specifically list them as working on like anything else. They weren't like raid developers in Warcraft or something like that. So I don't know if sure, they could do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to see a new Marvel game coming out from pretty respectable
I wonder if it's going to be like
developers.
Like Marvel Strike Force or Marvel Omega Heroes or something. Well, and the vein of something quick on your phone that you can just whether it's a card game or something like that. Because I know Disney has really invested in making those quick things. So I would much prefer more console-based stuff.
But they're also shown more recently that they want their properties taken care of.
That's true.
So, especially in the games and the movies. So
yeah. Well, and then Blizzard people know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So.
Blizzard makes good games.
I don't play half of them.
I don't.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting development, again from GameIndustry.biz.
Okay.
Slightly Mad is developing a standalone VR supportive console.
They must be slightly mad in order to do that.
Yeah. This is the studio that behind Project Cars 2.
Hmm.
I don't know if they did Project Cars, but this is the studio behind Project Cars 2. Have decided that they want to make a console that supports up to, this is Rebecca Valentine at GameIndustry.biz. List off the tweets. This morning, the CEO, Ian Bell, tweeted, the Mad Box is coming.
The Mad Box.
Followed by a handful of replies offering details to the current plans. What is the Mad Box? It's the most powerful console ever built. It's literally mad.
How many teraflops does it have?
At least 7.
7. Okay. Okay.
Because it wasn't at the Xbox One thing. It had 6 teraflops.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So at least 7.
At least 7.
You want 4K, you want VR at 60 frames per second, you want a full engine for free to develop your games on it, you have it. So it looks like they're developing a console that's beefy, that can handle headsets, and you can develop on it with their tools at no cost.
Wow.
And self-publish, and it will support most major VR headsets, probably not PlayStations. And those upcoming, and the specs will be equivalent to a very fast PC 2 years from now.
Wow.
Interesting.
Well, it's probably going to be a while before we actually see this device.
Which it might be 2 years from now.
Yeah.
We're in early talks with manufacturers of components, so we can't really say much more right now, other than we have designs. We have the design spec'd out in detail. So I think that's fascinating. A game developer has decided that, I'm tired of Sony and Microsoft or Nintendo. We're going to make a PC.
Mad Box? Yeah, a PC.
PC. So
hopefully it'd be better than the Steam box.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Or the Ouya.
At least 7 teraflops, we decided.
Yeah. It would be interesting. I can't imagine a world where you go into GameStop or a thing and then have to see another kiosk for something that's not.
Yeah, not Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo.
Yeah,
to add soon you're not going to have to imagine walking into a GameStop at all.
Well, I mean, you'll only be able to imagine.
Yeah, you'll only be able to imagine it. You won't be able to walk into it.
Yeah.
And just see the skeletal remains.
Yeah.
It'll just turn into Hot Topic, really.
Yeah, yeah. So you can get
it's half Hot Topic right now.
It is.
Yeah. It's like they merged. Hot Topic stopped being Hot Topic like 15 years ago, and then GameStop stopped being GameStop, or it started
to not be GameStop.
To fade away from GameStop about 5 years ago, and it's just.
I think Google just announced, was it Project Stream, or is that Xbox's? I don't know. They both have very similar sounds.
Yeah,
one's like Project xCloud. Okay, that's Xbox. Project xCloud. Then you got
Project Stream.
Something like that.
The browser-based streaming application.
So you have all these other applicants. I think the world's finally, or at least the people in the tech industry, have decided to challenge the way things are. And I don't know how I feel about it, because I like just having my console with the thing.
They're tired of making consoles and spending money on it if they don't have to.
Yeah.
They'll just run powerful PCs from a central location, running off servers, and you can play whatever you want from anything. And you won't have to own anything. And you won't own anything anymore.
I mean, if you go all digital, you pretty much don't own anything anyway.
You own the console.
That's true. The day they decide to take the console back to you.
We just get digital consoles.
Yeah. Well,
that's what streaming is. So we'll keep an eye out for that. I was going to talk about the Dreams beta, but that happened kind of last week.
Okay.
You can sign up for the Dreams beta. Finally happening.
Yeah.
If you're interested in creating, building your own video games and a video game that took video games to build. Or you can build a video game in that video game, and now you can make a video game in that video game
Right.
in that video game. It's the Dreams Inception.
Dreamception.
And that
I'm
was
actually
Inception was just about dreams, so
there you go.
it's just Inception.
It was Christopher Nolan's idea first. I'm actually super stoked. I'm terrible at being in the game UI user building, like Little Big Planet. No, Mario Maker I never had, but I wouldn't. And just all like Mod Nation Racers, which again I think was Media Molecule,
I
or
think the first one was, but
there was not more than one.
there was a Vita version.
Okay, well, sure.
But I think it was developed by a different party.
Right. I don't know who did Bond Generations, but that was like the extent of. But watching the E3 press conference last year for Sony and the interstitials that was made by Dreams, I thought that was really impressive. And as a filmmaker, I'd like to try to, I don't know how to animate anything for shit, so I'm like, maybe this will tell me how to animate things, or at least it'll be more intuitive than trying to like download Blender and put the little polygons and make the polygons move. So if there's a public beta, I'm definitely gonna get there. I can't remember when they announced the public beta, but when they do, I will be making short videos out of that, so you can go check those out. I won't plug that yet because I don't know where that's going to be, but when I do, and if I like it, I might actually stick to it. So,
well, more power to you. This article doesn't list. As I was just saying, the creator beta started on January 4th. Opens to a wider audience on January 8th.
Oh,
so that is today.
That is when we're recording this.
Tuesday, the 8th. So if you're interested, go check it out. You just go to their website or you have to join their online mailing list at Media Molecule. So Google them and you can try to get into the beta.
Cool. Anything else? In the Who, What, Where?
I got what, 2 more?
Okay.
Resident Evil 2. They're releasing a demo called The One Shot. It hits PS4 on January 11th. 30 minutes. 30-minute demo. That's all you get. So you can play as much of the game as you want. But when that 30-minute in-game timer rolls, game over.
So you can only play 30 minutes of it.
You can only play 30 minutes of it. Which the article, this is from the PlayStation blog, makes it very like dramatic. Like
you can do whatever you want, but only in the 30-minute slot.
Right, which is a demo.
Yes.
Like all demos.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty bad demos that are like you like walk
right, but
2 seconds and it's like, sorry, you're out of time. Go.
I'm not seeing anything like in here unique, but they call it the one shot. So maybe you can only get hit once. I mean,
well, it's probably like a one-shot take. Like you get.
Well, I assumed that, but I didn't see anything when browsing through the article that mentioned like this whole demo is in one shot.
Probably not. It's probably just like a slice. Well,
right.
It is a slice. Anyway, are you interested in Resident Evil 2?
No.
No.
Okay. I don't do spooky.
I want to be interested in it based on like how substantial acclaimed. There you go. Acclaimed it is for everybody. I don't do horror games.
Yeah.
I've tried.
I don't do spooky. So have fun out there. On January 11th, you can download the 30-minute demo, and I mean, I'm hearing good things about coming up to it, and everybody's really excited.
Let us know.
If you like Resident Evil, that's for you, not me. And I think we're going to finish up with The Last of Us Part 2.
There's The Last of Us news?
The Last of Us will launch in 2019, which I don't believe.
I doubt it.
As per former IGN editor.
Uh-oh, someone messed up.
This is from gamingbolt.com. Never heard of them. By
Go look it up.
Shabankar Parajit. Sorry.
GamingBolt.com.
GamingBolt.com.
That's where you go.
Go to GamingBolt.com. Last of Us 2 will launch in 2019 as per IGN editor. And basically he just talks about Alana Pierce, former IGN, was basically in a Twitter thread replying to like the most anticipated games of 2019 and was asking why The Last of Us wasn't listed, which she was responded to saying, well, it hasn't been announced yet. She was like, well, it has. 100% has been announced for 2019, but it has not been announced for 2019. I think there's been some vagaries from Neil Druckmann talking about maybe 2019, but we just saw that they were still filming, like doing shots, like in 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which doesn't bode well for something to be coming out. I mean, it's possible. It's not impossible that it comes out this year, but with the lineup they currently have, it doesn't make sense. But according to this, Alana has been told by multiple sources in since deleted tweets that it was coming in 2019. Not that it can't change or that it was set in stone, especially if it's not been announced to the world. But to her knowledge, it was supposed to come out in 2019. And she actually mentions that she can't remember if she was supposed to know this information or not. She just assumed that everybody knew. So.
Well, I imagine when you're getting news all the time from different things, and so I don't believe that it is, but I don't believe that she was lying about it either.
No, I think at some point they thought it was going to come out in 2019. And maybe she hasn't heard recently, but maybe that was the idea, because
maybe in some sort of like behind closed doors demo or something, someone just said we're hoping or whatever, and then
it's looking really good for 2019.
Yeah,
and then some other things needed shifting around, and Sony's been making some interesting moves lately that maybe it was going to be 2019, but I think it gets pushed to 2020. I just don't think it's going to make it. Yeah. And it would lead directly into what we think that they might be doing. We'll get into that another time.
Yeah.
So, I find that interesting. I mean, it's someone. I mean, Alana Pierce. Yeah, I followed her at IGN. She's seems like she knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say at some point it was told to them somehow that it was 2019.
Yeah.
So interesting. That's all I got as far as the who, what, where.
And that's the news. So, Josh, The Last of Us Part 2 is one of my most anticipated games of 2019? Question mark? But there's not really a whole lot of information about what 2019 holds in terms of games.
Yeah, 2019 looks really weird.
So, for the topic of the show, we wanted to go through a few games that we do know that are coming out, and then kind of talk about this huge question mark that's in the not necessarily the second half. That just there's gaps in 2019 that we just want to talk about and see what's going on.
Well, 2019 I think was the first year that it actually looks like the current gen is coming to an end.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just mean like we've just had 2 amazing years in gaming that I really don't have to like
go through.
I don't need to list the table of contents of what we've just gotten. Just 2 amazing years in video games across most of the platforms. But with this year, we just don't know a whole lot. We assume Nintendo is going to come out and do something, but they really don't have anything announced other than Pokemon Gen 8 is going to come out this year. They've got Animal Crossing, which is really important to a really small group of people.
Yeah.
So it's not going to make waves. We still don't know anything about Metroid Prime 4 or any kind of Metroid collection. I think they have Bayonetta 3 that's going to come out in March. I want to say I heard. So that's their big deal. But as far as the 2 major, Nintendo's off on its own. It's the asterisk to the gaming industry.
Yeah.
It does does what it wants.
I think with Nintendo, you never really know what's gonna happen. Like you just assume a direct is gonna come out one day, and then you'll know for like that quarter.
Yeah, the next
maybe,
6 months.
and then you'll move on and
Right.
just hold your breath for the next direct.
Yeah,
Um,
that sounds about right for Nintendo. But as far as like Sony, I think well, just to put it out there, I just think Xbox is just going to go quietly into the night.
oh yeah.
As far as the Xbox One,
Okay, so you think they're just gonna?
I think they're doing Crackdown 3,
Okay.
which again is like Animal Crossing. It's really important to a very small amount of people. I mean, I don't know anything about the Crackdown
You
games.
just heard Crackdown 3 is Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing for the Xbox. No. Yeah, a lot of people are really excited about Crackdown 3. I'm really excited to see more Terry Crews commercials.
Me too.
Because he's hilarious.
Mhm.
But I have no interest in that game. It does not look like my kind of game at all. But as far as like what I've heard, it's just not. There's not a large
Mm.
audience for Crackdown 3,
Right.
especially for as long and as weird as that development cycle has been. It's it it just feels to me like they're you know they're going on the prowl. They're like crouching for the jump.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for like the branch to
So do you think they're gonna announce like hardware at E3?
I think with Sony being like, hey, we're not going to do PSX, we're not going to do E3, we're just going to be quiet for a long time. Microsoft's going to be like, we got brand new console coming out this year. I don't know if that'll be this year, but they're going to announce it, and it might launch
Mhm.
beginning of 2020. But they're going to come out and be like, yeah, everything that we said about like I think like Gears 3 or 5 or 17
You can tell we're not
Xbox
Xbox
gamers.
savvy.
But I think the Gears will come out because I think they announced it last year. I think that'll be like their like one or two big
game of the year.
But they've been quietly, not quietly at all, buying dozens. It feels like of like developers
Mm-hmm.
for in-house, and they're going to be like, okay, we're going to launch our new consoles, and so 2019 is going to be a quiet year until that happens.
Seems like 2019 is gonna be a quiet year for a lot of people.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know it'll be if it'll be as quiet as you kind of illustrated it, because
I mean, I didn't even get into Sony.
No, I'm talking about specifically with Xbox. Because they just they just had that news story about coming out with like a discless Xbox One, and which doesn't necessarily mean it's not quiet. You have Game Pass and all of those services that they're offering. So at least in the least bit, they're going to support what they have already.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're right. Gears of War 5, if that is slated to come out this year, which I'm pretty sure it is, will be the tent pole. You won't hear anything from Halo or anything like that. You might hear
I heard something like that. Apparently, they said that Halo is not a next gen game. I don't believe that for a second.
Does that mean that it's not next gen, but it's like in 2 gens from now?
Yeah, it's not. It's not the Xbox One, but it's not the generation after that.
Okay.
So it's the upcoming
Yeah.
generation.
It sometime may come out.
It's going to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
At least going to bridge the gap.
Um,
Because they're going to want to launch with Halo, and you can play all your Xbox One and One X games on this console.
mhm,
They're all going to be up-resed.
mhm.
You're going to we're going to launch with our strongest Halo since the last favorite,
Whatever you guys liked last time.
and and here's 3 of our new studios. Like, and they're coming out with 3 launch games as well. Like,
Right.
just so we'll have Halo 1, 2, 3, and then the other 5 are going to come out within 2 years.
Well, I mean, they have the Master Chief Collection, which is, I'm pretty sure, Halo 1, 2, 3. So,
I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3.
what? You said
No.
the release.
No, they're going to release the Halo and then 3 of their studios.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, 3 of the studios they bought up. Like, whatever they've bought studios that were probably
Right.
working on games. We're not talking about like Outer Worlds, but they probably had some projects. That are like, okay, well, Outer Worlds is going to be like, there was a agreement before Microsoft picked them up, so it's going to be on everything. But then the other project, this one, that's us.
Yeah.
That's staying with us,
Yeah.
and they probably have several studios that if they weren't working on something, or if they were working on something, they've gobbled it up.
Yeah.
And if they weren't, those are going to be like launch window, but like 21, 2. So they have a very strong first year, second year, third year. They're going to come out punching strong.
Yeah. My prediction for this E3, they will announce in the new console, or at least what it means, like the Scarlet and then the Anaconda thing, and then the initiative will be the company initiative will be the first game that gets announced.
No.
You don't think so?
No. The initiative is still hiring. Like, they just formed within the last, like, 2 months.
I think it's been longer than that.
No. Well, I mean, they've been, like, accruing a lot of talent over the last 2 months.
That's true.
I don't think whatever they're working on is 4 years away. That's going to be their next gen console. Because I mean, I'm very excited about what they're going to do. They've got some really interesting talent that we'll have to list through one day.
Yeah.
And I mean, former Insomniac developers, and
Yeah.
like it just looks really good right now. And I mean, there's a couple people that might as well just it's the all star
Yeah.
of gaming that it could be really cool.
Yeah.
A really cool like third person action RPG ish.
Right. Well, what do you think about Nintendo?
Sega do what Nintendo don't, or what is it? Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Oh, okay.
That was the old marketing campaign
Oh yeah.
during the original console wars.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
But what do you think? We talked briefly that we live direct to direct, but what do you kind of see as a trajectory for the year? Like, is Pokemon going to be the big fall game again, but the real Pokemon game that people want, or what do you see happening?
I think this is a maintaining year for them. I don't know if they're going to do. I don't know if Metroid Prime 4 should be ready. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think it'll probably get pushed because they haven't really said what year. I don't think, and I don't think they're going to until they're ready. They're going to announce it like one day and be like, "It's out in two weeks. Here it is." I'd say we got the Pokemon coming out. The next generation, that'll be their big push. They'll probably, I think they'll do a Metroid trilogy, the Metroid Prime trilogy, as well as probably continue to add on to their online services.
Yeah.
Probably try to get Super Metroid, which I know is right now is just an NES machine, but if they get Super Metroid and like Samus Returns and stuff, on the NES, just to keep building that hype. And here's Metroid Prime 1, 2, and 3. We got Pokemon, and then 2020 is going to be another big blowout year where they.
I would love them to put like Red and Blue onto the NES Online or the Nintendo Online, just because it'd be fun. But anyway.
Yeah, I think they're going to start walking away from nostalgia plays.
Yeah.
As far as the game's concerned, because I mean that's what Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu was just.
Well, I'm just talking about on the online service.
Oh, right.
To just like because that's where the nostalgia places are living.
Right. I think that speaking of the online service, I think that's going to be a big focus of the year. Try to get that thing in a better situation. When I play some of the NES classics on there, it's just. It's got some lag problems. There's some music tonal problems, especially like in Metroid and Super Mario. The original Super Mario Brothers runs weird.
Yeah.
Like there's jumps I know I can make that I can't make, and
maybe you just suck.
I mean, it's very possible. I does suck.
hate. Moving on.
But no, there's some problems, technical hiccups that they need to work on. That'll be big. They'll continue to push out Super Smash Brothers DLC. Bring it, Joker.
Well,
I
I
cannot
just
wait
want
for
that announcement. We have the announcement.
We're
I just
gonna
want the date, release date. We don't have
yeah,
the release date on it
it's
yet.
gonna release in March with the Persona 5 for the Switch,
Yeah, which I
and
will buy again.
whatever this Persona 5 R I keep hearing about
Mhm.
is.
If it's like Persona 5 R type and it's a racing game.
It's just gonna it's actually Persona 5 R is actually just Persona characters in Crash Team Racing.
Oh, okay.
So not only are they going to be is he going to be in Smash Brothers, but he's
Yeah.
also going to be in Crash Team Racing. That's because Crash Bandicoot is going to be in Smash Brothers as well.
Right. Yeah.
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 So we'll
That's
just bring them
gonna be
all
your big
together.
Theory. I don't know for Nintendo.
That was false. I was a lie. That's not
I
happening.
was lying.
Except Joker from Persona 5.
That's the only true thing.
That is the only true thing I said.
I don't know. Nintendo had a great launch year, had a so-so second year, so sophomore slump, as you could call it. So this year is like the Return of the Jedi. No, yeah.
I mean, technically, it's the Return of the Jedi, but it's actually going to be more
the
like
Empire Strikes Back of the.
No, it's not going to be the Empire Strikes Back. It's going to be like the comic book that goes between the movies. That like no characters that like matter.
No, see, no, that's why I disagree. I think this year is like it's been very quiet, but then you're gonna have Pokemon, which everyone cares about.
Oh, Pokemon, yes.
But I mean, I think it's
and
necessary.
we're getting the port of the new Super Mario Brothers.
And that comes out this month.
Yeah, that comes out this month. That'll do well. But
right. Well, I just think it's necessary for them to push make it as big of a year as year one with Zelda and Mario because. If they want that 20 million mark by March, then
I mean, what would be big for them would be to announce just mic drop a 2D Zelda, like a
like a remaster or just a brand new one. That's
either. A remaster would be less so, unless it's like what the 3DS one, A Link Between Worlds, or I don't know. I don't know what else.
Wind Waker remastered.
Wind Waker remastered again. Or like a big collection of Zelda classics, but
I mean they need to focus on the services like you said, and bring out some big punches. I hear there's supposed to be a Nintendo Direct coming up soon, so
well, they typically have one in January, so I don't know that there's any actually like rumblings of it as much as like it's January. We're expecting a direct, so we'll probably see something in the next couple of weeks where they like here's new Super Mario Brothers U and Animal Crossing's coming in February.
Maybe we'll get a release date for the DLC.
Yeah.
For the Smash Brothers DLC.
Well, would they announce that? When's the Piranha Plant come out?
Actually, I think I got the email saying that we'll get it when it released, but I can't remember what that date it said.
I would be curious to know that date because that might give you a clue as to when the direct might happen.
Maybe. We'll have to take a look.
Because if they release Piranha Plant, then they could let that come out, and then the next DLC is this. Here's when that's coming out. That's coming out March 21st, and then.
Yeah. And then last in terms
then they'll just plan directs around when Smash characters are coming out, unless they have specific ones like Pokemon Direct or
right. So the last at least first party studio or first party published platform that we haven't talked about yet is PlayStation. What do you think 2019 lies for PlayStation?
It's an interesting idea because, like I said at the beginning of this, I think we're hearing the at least the beginning of the swan song of the PS4.
The first few notes.
The first few notes. We've had one of the greatest games last year. I don't know that any game they can release this year is going to top that unless they do The Last of Us 2 this year. And I don't think Last of Us 2. So. You have Days Gone, which comes out in April. That's going to be I think that's going to be a quiet hit. I think the people who play it are going to really like it, be really surprised by it. I don't know it's going to hit commercial success, just because The marketing's been weird on it. Nothing they've shown has been like
super revolutionary.
right. Like there's a
Not
lot of
robot
zombies,
dinosaurs.
but they're zombies. Well,
Mhm.
thure freakers.
Yeah, yeah. No, and you have a motorcycle,
And you have a motorcycle,
which is cool.
I mean,
I'm actually really excited for Days
I'm
Gone,
up for
but
I'm up for zombie Sons of Anarchy. Like Sam Witwer's awesome.
yeah.
He's I like him, the main actor in that. So I'm excited for it.
Doomsday from Smallville season 8.
He was also Star Killer, Force Unleashed. Anyway,
The games, the movies neglect.
yes.
Anyway,
But I don't know if that's ever gonna reach. It's not gonna sell 9 million units like Spider-Man.
no.
It's not gonna. I mean, Sony Bend has not been known to. They haven't done anything huge yet.
Right.
They did what Uncharted on the Vita.
That, I think, may have been the last thing they've made.
Yeah, I think that was 2011 and 12. And
So they've spent 8 years on this game.
Not
Not on this
no,
game.
not on this game. They probably had a couple games that got scrapped, and So I'm excited to try it out, and I hope it's really good. But again, I don't think it's going to hit the success. So nothing else they've got though has a release date. They've got
Dreams doesn't even have a release date.
Dreams doesn't have a release date. You have the Sucker Punch game,
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to play that in total Japanese.
Yeah.
He doesn't in Japanese. He doesn't name his horse
Oh, really?
because they don't name their horses.
But he hasn't. If you play the English version, he has a name.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's neat. That's
Yeah,
weird, actually.
Weird. Well, I don't know, but I can't wait to play that. I mean, it looks like an oil painting.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to play that. You have Kojima. Death Stranding. You have The Last of Us, and what else am I missing? We got Dreams, Ghosts, Last of Us,
Days Gone.
Days Gone. Well, Days Gone's already got a
Right.
release date.
There's Control, which they announced.
Is that an exclusive?
Yeah, Control was announced at the E3 press conference for them last year. I think it's Remedy.
Yeah, Remedy.
Um,
I forgot about that. I think that's now that I think about it, I think that's comes out this year. I think that's got at least a somewhat of a date. Maybe not.
They really haven't talked anything about that game.
But I don't know that Control's going to be on.
It's
going
gonna
to
be like a sleeper.
It's a second party kind of deal. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. I just so Control, which does look really cool.
Yeah.
They're the guys who make Quantum Break on the Xbox, and that looked like a really cool game that I didn't get to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything else to add. It just feels like
so. My prediction.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna predict. So we got Days Gone coming in April. I think the Dreams comes out sometime this year. It just at any time it can come out. July. It'll just drop. It's interesting right now. They have nothing in February, which has been a really big month for them.
Yeah.
Now it was supposed to be Days Gone, but they moved it.
Right.
So it might be an interesting idea. We got the beta for Dreams. Just drop Dreams
In February.
In February. I don't know that they'll do that to Dreams being so quickly, but I mean they only gave God of War a month.
Yeah.
So it's possible. But I don't know that it's ready. It's
Dreams?
It's only been since before the PS4 was launched.
That's true.
Dreams was at the PS4 reveal.
Right. So I guess if you think if this is just the beta that's coming out, how much they have to rework now that the beta's come out?
It depends on what kind of beta it is. If we're doing a creator beta, so there's a whole lot of creator content when the game comes out, and just to make sure the tools work when like more than 200 people are playing it.
Right.
So, make sure the server loads, that kind of stuff. So I could see them dropping Dreams in February, in July. That's not going to do anything. They're not going to do Last of Us this year. With Days Gone being pushed to April. That's the first. I mean, that's deep into the first quarter of the year. That's actually second quarter. you can't release 2 zombie games because it's not going to hurt The Last of Us. It's only going to hurt Days Gone to release to announce another zombie game this year. Now, if they don't announce that they're doing The Last of Us until after Days Gone is out,
Yeah.
then maybe. But people still might be. If you tell people that, or even hint that Last of Us is coming out this year, people are gonna be like,
wait.
well, they're just gonna wait.
Yeah.
I think you get out early and say Last of Us is 2020. That way, it could be next year's February game.
Yeah.
And this year you drop Ghost of Tsushima in like September.
Yeah.
Or Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Whichever.
One of them can
closest.
come out.
And then
one of them has to. Something has to come out.
The ideal situation would be Days Gone April. You have I think you do Ghost of Tsushima in September, and then in February you do Death Stranding, and then June or August you do Last of Us Part 2, and then in September they launch PS5.
Yeah.
Or November they launch PS5.
Yeah. Well, that was one thing I was going to bring up. So yes, pretty much on the same page as you with the predictions. My only thing to add to that would be since there's not an E3 press conference for them this year, and since they canceled PSX, the PSX time slot this year, that first weekend of December, if they do something earlier and do like a massive party, like PlayStation party, if they announce PS5 this year and then release next February or next November.
They are going to do a big PSX. Whether they're going to do that, if they do it this year, I think it's going to be early. It's not going to be Game Awards. It's not going to be 1st of December. It'll be October.
Yeah.
But I don't think they want to announce the new consoles before most of their games are out. I think they had to wait at least until March of 2020 to announce it. That way, all right, we got everything is out except for Last of Us. And then March comes out, boom, we drop the PS5 launch. Here's what it looks like. Here's the price. We're not coming to E3 because you already know what's coming. And these studios have X games ready for us. You may not even have to go that far into it, but we're not coming to E3. You'll hear about us about this at another show.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be like, we don't need E3. We're done with it.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I like E3, but I think Sony's going to.
But you had to request a new day off this year.
Yeah.
Cool. What about any third party? Basically, I'm just excited for Anthem.
Yeah. I'm very interested in Anthem. I'm a big Destiny guy.
Yeah.
Probably in the 1,500 hours between Destiny 1 and 2, so a lot of time.
Yeah.
I haven't played in a while, and I'm itching for that gameplay, and it looks really neat. And then everybody says it's just Iron Man.
Yeah, which so I'm down with.
I'm down for an Iron Man game.
And if I don't, 3 also this month.
Finally.
You'll be hearing a lot about that soon.
And we'll get Destiny updates and things like that, and then we'll get the big one in September as usual, I'm sure. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I'm super excited for.
Right.
I think what's most exciting about this year is probably going to be I get to catch up on things I haven't been playing. Yeah. So, obviously, Kingdom Hearts 3 is one of the first on the list. And then
we'll have a good month or so to play that before you get Anthem.
Yeah, we'll get Anthem. It'll be hard to do Anthem and the Division 2.
Well, we'll have a separate discussion about all that.
But I think if it's working at launch, I'm going to stick with Anthem, and I'll guess because it's Ubisoft that Division 2 will be kind of broken at first.
And then it'll get
And
really
then
good.
probably 8 months down the line, it'll be everybody's gonna love it. So, we'll see.
Well, that's the news. No, that's the topic today. So that's today's topic. So before we go, Josh, what do you think you're going to be playing this week?
Well, I've got Twitch Prime, which means I get a bunch of free games.
Okay.
And the Messenger was on there, and I downloaded it and kind of jumped into it. It's awesome,
yeah?
really cool. I love the style. It's very tongue in cheek.
Mhm.
You're a ninja whose like clan has been waiting hundreds of years for this savior because the demons are taking over, and it's just like very self-aware, stupid, and it's just like everybody in the clan dies except for you, and then the hero comes,
Oh.
and the hero's like, "Yeah, I guess I'm the one you're waiting for. I was supposed to be here a little while ago. I'm going to give this scroll to you because you're the most capable one here because everybody else is dead." So,
The only, yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
So, it was really fun. But I got through the first boss,
Okay.
which was like this leaf, like a pile of leaves around like Groot. He looked like a Groot with like this just like a dead pile of leaves, and that it was his like fur, and then he threw the leaves as a weapon. Oh, it hurt.
Oh,
but,
I'm sure.
But it was awesome. So I'm gonna probably try to jump back into that, and then I'm currently playing Celeste.
Oh yeah.
Which is awesome too.
No.
Um,
Cool. Cool. So I I didn't recently get a Switch, but I've gotten a Switch long enough that I should be playing it more. And so I've kind of made this resolution for myself that I want to find more games on it.
Mhm.
And so I got a $20 gift card to the eShop. And so I just went through and just found a couple games. So I bought a couple games. The first one I'm going to try to play is called Minute. I've played like a minute of it. Well, this is not entirely true because I went through whatever. The premise is you are this character and you die every 60 seconds, and there's no rules, at least, or there's no hand holding. So that's as much as I played of it, is just to get a grip on that. But I don't have enough to really give any details on if I like it or anything. So next week I'll talk about that.
Sure.
And then if I get into any of the other games that I played, then I'll go on that. But so that'll be my pick. Would be Minute.
Cool.
All right. Thank you for joining us this Wednesday for Ware Gaming Weekly. If you liked what we said, please hit like and subscribe. Leave a review on our podcast services. Remember, you can go to waregaming.com. You can find us on youtube.com. And you can follow us at waregaming_. You can follow me at speaknicklish.
You can follow me at Jaws1015, JAWS1015, and then our Twitter handle is waregaming_.
Send that part.
I'm just saying it again.
Yeah. And then again, if you want to write in, you can go to weekly@waregaming.com, and you'll be able to between Tuesday and Wednesday give us some mail,
Yeah,
and
just
we
shoot
will
us an email.
we'll talk about what you want to talk about.
All our websites and stuff are still under construction, so if you like click on it and there's broken, just keep checking back. Still working on it.
Yeah. All right. Until next time. Thank you.
See ya.